Chosen one, the midnight court heaven just made a final decision about your case. Something is happening right now in the unseen world. Something so powerful and so personal that if you ignore it, you might miss a moment meant only for your life. A moment where heaven speaks your name and shifts everything you thought was impossible into something real and alive. There is a deep stillness in the midnight hour, a sacred quiet where decisions are made far beyond human understanding, and tonight carries a weight that feels different, as if your story has reached a turning point that cannot be delayed any longer. Type 2020 if you believe. There is a gentle but urgent feeling rising within the heart, as if heaven itself is whispering that your case has been heard, your tears have been counted, and your silent prayers have reached a place where they cannot be ignored anymore. The unseen court has been watching every step you have taken, every time you chose to stay kind when you were hurt, every time you held on to faith, even when everything around you tried to break it. Take a moment and softly show your support by liking this video, because this message is touching lives in ways that words cannot fully explain, and your small action may help someone else receive the comfort they desperately need today. There was a time when it felt like nothing was moving, when the waiting became heavy and the silence felt endless. But what you could not see was that something sacred was unfolding behind the scenes, something that required patience, faith, and a heart that refused to give up. The midnight court does not rush, because every decision it makes carries eternal meaning, and every outcome is shaped with a love deeper than anything the world can offer. In that quiet, heavenly place, where no human eyes can see, your name was spoken with care, not with judgment, but with understanding, not with anger, but with compassion that reaches into every broken corner of your soul. Every pain you carried was presented, every injustice was revealed, and nothing was overlooked, not even the smallest tear that fell when no one was around to comfort you. There is something deeply beautiful about how God works, because even when life feels scattered and uncertain, there is always a divine order quietly guiding everything toward a purpose that will one day make sense. What feels delayed is never forgotten, and what feels lost is never truly gone, because in the hands of God, everything is being restored in ways that go far beyond human expectations. The presence of Jesus Christ fills that midnight court with peace that cannot be explained with simple words, a peace that calms every fear and silences every doubt, reminding your heart that you are not alone and never have been. His love speaks louder than every accusation, and His grace stands stronger than every mistake you think defines you. There is no harsh voice in that court, no condemnation that tries to break your spirit, because the heart of God is always leaning toward restoration, toward healing, toward lifting you up from places where you once felt completely lost. The decision that has been made is not one of rejection, but one of divine mercy, a decision that carries hope, renewal, and a future that still holds light even after the darkest nights. Type 444 to affirm. The midnight hour often feels like the loneliest time, when the world is quiet and the heart begins to speak louder, revealing fears, doubts, and questions that remain hidden during the busy hours of the day. Yet it is also the time when heaven draws closest, when the voice of God becomes clearer, and when decisions that shape destinies are made with perfect wisdom and love. You may not fully understand why certain paths were closed, why certain people walked away, or why certain prayers seemed unanswered. But there is a deeper truth unfolding now, a truth that shows that every closed door was protection, every delay was preparation, and every moment of waiting was building something stronger within you. The decision that has been made is not just about one moment, but about your entire journey, about aligning your life with something greater, something that brings peace instead of confusion, clarity instead of chaos, and hope instead of fear. It is a decision that honors your faith, your endurance, and the quiet strength you showed when no one else noticed. God has not forgotten your story, and nothing you have been through has been wasted, because even your hardest moments have been shaping you into someone who can carry blessings with humility, who can walk through life with a deeper understanding, and who can recognize the value of grace in ways that many never learn. There is a gentle shift happening now, a movement that may not be loud or dramatic, but one that is steady and sure, guiding you toward a place where your heart can finally rest without fear, without confusion, and without the constant weight of uncertainty. The midnight court has spoken, and its decision carries a promise that your life is not stuck, not forgotten, and not without purpose. It carries a promise that what is meant for you will find its way, that what is good will not pass you by, and that what has been prepared for you is far greater than what you have lost. Even now, there is a quiet reassurance settling deep within your soul, a calm knowing that something has changed, even if you cannot yet see it with your eyes. This is how God often works, not with loud announcements, but with quiet confirmations that grow stronger with time, leading you step by step into something new and beautiful. Most people ignored this strange 7-second exercise when they first heard about it. That changed when stories began surfacing from people who had paid off debt, upgraded their lifestyles, purchased new homes, and experienced unexpected financial improvements. A recently surfaced CIA document points to an unusual brainwave process that is rapidly gaining attention online. Reports claim that 4 separate neuroscience research teams examined the method and found evidence that it may help shift mental patterns connected to wealth, opportunity, and personal success. Those who once struggled financially now say money seems to appear in ways they never anticipated. As interest grows, information about this method is becoming increasingly difficult to find. Click the link in the description and comments below to learn what everyone is talking about. The journey ahead may still have moments of uncertainty, but it will no longer feel empty, because there is a new strength within you, a strength that comes from knowing that heaven has already moved on your behalf. This strength will carry you forward, even when the path is not fully clear, and it will remind you that you are guided, protected, and deeply loved. There is nothing random about your life, nothing meaningless about your struggles, and nothing forgotten about your prayers. Everything has been seen, everything has been heard, and everything has been considered in a way that reflects a love far beyond human understanding. In the stillness of another night, when the world seems to rest and your thoughts begin to wander through memories and emotions, there is a quiet presence that surrounds you with a peace that feels almost unfamiliar, yet deeply comforting. This is not something imagined or created by your mind, but something real, something sent from a place where love is pure and constant, where decisions are made not to harm, but to heal. The echo of that midnight court still lingers, not as a distant memory, but as a living truth that continues to unfold with every passing moment, shaping your path in ways you could never have planned on your own. The decision that was made did not end in that sacred place, because it was never meant to stay hidden, but to slowly reveal itself in your life through small changes that grow into something beautiful. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. There is a reason why certain burdens are starting to feel lighter, even if your situation has not completely changed on the outside, because the first place God begins his work is always within the heart. When the heart begins to heal, everything else starts to follow, even if it takes time and patience to fully see it. The presence of Jesus Christ continues to move gently through your life, not forcing anything, not rushing anything, but guiding everything with a wisdom that understands exactly what you need and when you need it. His love does not come with pressure or fear, but with a quiet assurance that you are safe, that you are seen, and that you are being led towards something that will not break you. There were moments when you felt like giving up, when the weight of everything became too much and the silence felt unbearable, but even in those moments, you were never alone. There was always a presence beside you, holding you together in ways you could not see, protecting you from things you did not even know were there. Now there is a gentle unfolding happening, like the slow opening of a flower that waited patiently through the darkness of night for the light of morning to arrive. This unfolding is not rushed, because it carries something precious, something that must be revealed at the right time so it can be received with a heart that is ready. Type 222 if you walk by faith. The decision made in heaven was not only about ending something painful, but about beginning something new, something that carries peace instead of confusion, and clarity instead of fear. It is about placing you on a path where your steps are guided, where your heart feels supported, and where your spirit can finally breathe without the constant pressure of uncertainty. There is a quiet rebuilding taking place within you, a strengthening that does not make you hard or distant, but makes you more grounded, more peaceful, and more aware of the love that surrounds you, even in the smallest moments. This rebuilding is gentle, because it is done with care, with patience, and with a deep understanding of everything you have been through. The past may still come to your mind at times, bringing with it memories that once felt overwhelming, but something has changed in how those memories touch you. They no longer hold the same power, because you are no longer the same person who experienced them. You have been shaped, healed, and quietly transformed by a love that refused to let you stay broken. God's presence is not distant or unreachable, but close and personal, moving through your life in ways that are often unnoticed, until you pause and reflect on how far you have come. The strength you carry now is not something you created on your own, but something that was placed within you through every moment of faith, every quiet prayer, and every time you chose hope over despair. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that your life is being guided by a love that does not fail, a love that sees beyond your mistakes and focuses on your growth, your healing, and your future. This love does not rush you or pressure you, but walks with you step by step, allowing you to move forward at a pace that feels right for your heart. Even when the path ahead is not fully clear, there is a quiet confidence growing within you, a sense that you are moving in the right direction, even if you cannot yet see the destination. This confidence is not based on what you can control, but on who is guiding you, and that makes all the difference. The midnight court may have been unseen, but its decision is becoming more visible with each passing day, not in dramatic or overwhelming ways, but in small, meaningful changes that bring peace, clarity, and a deeper sense of purpose into your life. You are not walking through life alone, and you are not moving without direction, because there is a divine guidance that continues to lead you, protect you, and gently shape your journey into something that reflects love, hope, and restoration. What if the ability to attract greater wealth has been inside your mind all along? Newly revealed CIA-related research describes a brief 7-second routine believed to activate a little-known mental state associated with abundance and achievement. According to reports, the technique was reviewed by multiple neuroscience laboratories and is now being used daily by thousands of people looking to escape financial pressure and create a life filled with freedom, travel, and opportunity. Due to growing attention, access to this information may not remain available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There is a quiet promise that stays with you now, a promise that what has been decided in heaven is already working its way into your life, bringing with it a future that holds peace, healing, and a sense of belonging that you may have been searching for a long time. You may not have noticed the exact moment when your heart began to feel lighter, but there is a difference now. A quiet release from the weight you once carried, a freedom that is slowly growing with each passing day. The things that once kept you awake at night no longer hold the same power over your thoughts, because something greater has stepped in and begun to restore what was broken. Type 2020 if you trust in God. There is a sacred rebuilding happening within your spirit, something that cannot be seen with human eyes but can be felt deeply within your soul, like a foundation being strengthened after it has been shaken. This rebuilding is not rushed or forced, but guided with care, with love, and with a wisdom that understands every part of your journey. The presence of Jesus Christ remains close, not distant or unreachable, but near in a way that brings comfort even in the quietest moments. His presence is not overwhelming or demanding, but gentle and steady, like a guiding light that never flickers, even when everything else feels uncertain. There were times when you felt unseen, when your struggles felt unnoticed, and your prayers felt like they were disappearing into silence, but nothing was ever lost. Every moment of pain, every tear, and every silent cry was held with care, remembered with love, and brought before a place where nothing is ignored and nothing is forgotten. Type 1111 to receive miracles. The decision made in that midnight court was not simply about bringing an end to your struggles, but about transforming them into something meaningful, something that carries purpose and strength. It was about turning your pain into wisdom, your waiting into patience, and your brokenness into a testimony of healing that will one day shine in ways you cannot yet imagine. There is a quiet unfolding happening now, like the slow rising of the sun after a long and heavy night, bringing with it warmth, clarity, and a new beginning that feels both gentle and powerful at the same time. This unfolding does not rush ahead, but moves at a pace that allows your heart to fully receive what is being given. The path before you may still have unknowns, but it no longer feels empty or uncertain in the same way it once did, because there is a growing sense of direction within you, a quiet knowing that you are being led towards something that will not harm you, but will bring peace and fulfillment. God's love continues to work in ways that are often unseen, shaping your life with a care that goes beyond what you can understand, guiding your steps even when you feel unsure, and placing things in your path that will support your growth and your healing. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that you are no longer carrying everything on your own, that there is a divine presence walking with you, supporting you, and gently lifting you when you feel weak. This presence does not judge your past, but embraces your present and prepares your future with love. Even the parts of your story that once felt painful or confusing are now being woven into something meaningful, something that will one day bring clarity and understanding, showing you that nothing you went through was without purpose. You are being guided into a season where your heart can finally begin to rest, where your mind can find peace, and where your spirit can feel renewed in a way that goes beyond temporary comfort. This is not a passing moment, but a lasting change that will continue to grow within you. The strength you are beginning to feel is not loud or forceful, but calm and steady, like a quiet river that continues to flow even when the surface appears still. This strength comes from a place deeper than emotions, a place rooted in faith, trust, and the quiet assurance that you are not alone. There is a gentle reminder being placed within your heart, a reminder that you are held, that you are guided, and that you are deeply loved in a way that does not change based on circumstances or mistakes. This love remains constant, steady, and true, no matter what you face. The midnight court may have made its decision in silence, but its impact is now becoming part of your daily life, shaping how you feel, how you think, and how you move forward. It is guiding you toward a future that carries peace instead of fear, clarity instead of confusion, and hope instead of doubt. As you continue to walk forward, there is a quiet confidence growing within you, a sense that everything is beginning to align in a way that feels right, even if it is not yet fully visible. This confidence is not based on what you can see, but on what you feel deep within your spirit. There is nothing accidental about this moment, nothing random about the changes you are experiencing, because everything is part of a greater plan that is unfolding with perfect timing and perfect care. You are being led, protected, and gently guided into something that reflects love, healing, and restoration. As the days continue to pass, there is a quiet awareness growing inside you, a realization that your life is no longer moving in the same direction it once was, because something has shifted at the very core of your being. The unseen decision is not only changing your path, but also reshaping your heart, gently teaching you to release fear and hold on to trust in a way that feels natural and real. Type 1010 if you agree. A little-known discovery hidden within leaked CIA research is generating worldwide attention. The technique takes only 7 seconds and is believed to place the brain into a powerful state linked to financial growth and success. Researchers from 4 neuroscience facilities reportedly observed unusual effects connected to this process. Since then, people have shared stories of unexpected income, dream vacations, luxury purchases, and opportunities they never thought possible. Awareness of this method remains limited, and the page revealing it could vanish without warning. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why interest is spreading so quickly. There is something sacred about this stage of your journey, because it is not about rushing toward a destination, but about learning to rest in the process, to feel safe, even in moments where everything is not fully clear. This kind of peace is not something the world can give, because it comes from a place that understands every detail of your life and still chooses to surround you with love. The presence of Jesus Christ continues to walk closely beside you, not as a distant figure, but as a constant companion who understands your heart completely. His presence does not overwhelm or pressure you, but gently reassures you that you are moving in the right direction, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. There were moments in your past when everything felt heavy and uncertain, when you questioned whether things would ever change, and whether your faith was strong enough to carry you through. Yet even in those moments, something within you refused to let go completely, something small but powerful that kept you holding on even when it felt difficult. Type 1212 to claim miracles. That quiet strength within you was never accidental, because it was placed there with purpose, a reminder that even in your weakest moments, there was something within you that could not be broken. Now that same strength is growing, becoming more steady, more peaceful, and more confident, as you begin to see that your journey is being guided with care. There is a gentle unfolding of blessings that may not yet be fully visible, but can be felt in small ways, in moments of unexpected calm, in thoughts that bring comfort instead of fear, and in a growing sense that something good is on its way. These are not coincidences, but signs that what has been decided is slowly revealing itself. The midnight court was never meant to leave you in uncertainty, but to bring you into a place where your heart can finally begin to trust again, where your mind can rest without constant worry, and where your spirit can feel supported and safe. This is not about forgetting your past, but about being freed from its weight, so you can move forward without fear. God's love is working in ways that are both gentle and powerful, touching areas of your life that you may not have even realized needed healing. It is bringing light into places that once felt dark, and restoring parts of you that once felt lost or forgotten. This kind of restoration is quiet, but it is deep and lasting. There is something beautiful about how this transformation is happening, because it is not forcing you to become someone else, but helping you return to who you were always meant to be, someone who is peaceful, strong, and deeply connected to a love that never fails. Even when challenges arise, they no longer feel as overwhelming as they once did, because there is a new perspective within you, a calm understanding that you are not facing anything alone. This understanding changes everything, because it allows you to move forward with a quiet confidence that cannot easily be shaken. The decision that was made has brought a shift not only in your circumstances, but in your spirit, creating a space where hope can grow again, where faith can feel natural again, and where your heart can open without fear of being broken. There is a steady guidance now leading you, not pushing or rushing, but gently directing your steps in a way that feels right, even when it requires patience. This guidance is not loud or forceful, but it is consistent, always present, always leading you towards something better. You are entering a time where things will begin to align in ways that feel meaningful and purposeful, where connections will feel more genuine, and where your path will begin to make more sense. This alignment is not accidental, but part of a greater plan that is unfolding with care and precision. There is a quiet assurance that remains with you, even in moments of uncertainty, reminding you that you are being held by something greater, something that sees your entire journey and still chooses to guide you with love and compassion. Nothing that has been decided in that sacred place will be taken away or reversed, because it was made with perfect understanding and perfect love. It is a decision that honors your journey, your faith, and the strength you have shown through every challenge you have faced. As you continue forward, there is a growing sense of peace that settles deeper within you, a peace that does not fade with time, but becomes stronger as you begin to trust the process and embrace the path that is unfolding before you. The unseen decision has now begun to take deeper root within your spirit, not just touching your thoughts, but shaping your emotions, your reactions, and the way you see your future. You are no longer standing in the same place of uncertainty, because something within you has moved forward, even if your surroundings still look the same for now. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. There is a quiet confidence forming inside you, not loud or overwhelming, but calm and steady, like a gentle flame that continues to burn even in the presence of strong winds. This confidence does not come from knowing everything, but from trusting the one who knows everything and is guiding your life with care. The presence of Jesus Christ continues to walk with you in a way that feels deeply personal, as if every step you take is being gently supported by a love that understands your heart completely. His presence does not rush you or demand perfection, but meets you exactly where you are and leads you forward with patience and grace. Some are calling this one of the most remarkable wealth discoveries ever revealed. Newly uncovered CIA files describe a simple 7-second brainwave technique believed to help recondition the mind for prosperity and abundance. Supported by findings reportedly reviewed by 4 neuroscience research centers, this daily practice is attracting attention from people seeking financial breakthroughs. Many claim it helped them move from financial struggle to greater stability, freedom, and success. Information surrounding this technique is becoming harder to locate online. Click the link in the description and comments below before it is gone. There were times when you felt like your story was filled with too many broken pieces, too many unanswered questions, and too many moments that did not make sense. But something is changing now. Those same pieces are being gently placed together, forming something that carries meaning, purpose, and a quiet beauty that could not be seen before. Type 222 if you walk by faith. There is a soft restoration happening within you, one that reaches into the deepest parts of your being and begins to heal wounds that may have been hidden for a long time. This healing does not come with pressure or force, but with a gentle touch that allows you to feel safe, to feel understood, and to feel cared for in a way that brings true comfort. The decision made in that sacred midnight place was not only about resolving what was behind you, but about preparing what lies ahead of you. It was about opening a path that leads toward peace, clarity, and a future that carries a sense of purpose that feels right for your heart. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that your life is being guided with such care, that every step you take is being watched over, not with judgment, but with love that desires your growth, your healing, and your joy. This kind of guidance removes the fear of making mistakes, because it reminds you that you are not alone in your journey. Even when you face moments that feel uncertain, there is a quiet strength within you now that allows you to stand firm, to breathe calmly, and to move forward without the same fear that once held you back. There is a quiet joy beginning to rise within you, not loud or overwhelming, but gentle and consistent, like a soft light that continues to glow even in the darkest moments. This joy does not depend on everything being perfect, but on knowing that you are held, guided, and deeply loved. The decision from that midnight court continues to unfold, bringing with it moments of clarity, moments of peace, and moments of understanding that help you see your journey in a new way. It is guiding you toward a future that feels more stable, more secure, and more aligned with who you are meant to be. Nothing about this process is rushed, because everything is being done with care, with patience, and with a deep understanding of what your heart needs. This slow unfolding allows you to grow, to heal, and to fully receive the blessings that are coming into your life. As you continue to move forward, there is a sense of calm that remains with you, a steady reassurance that you are on the right path, even if you cannot yet see every detail of where it leads. This reassurance brings peace, because it reminds you that your journey is being guided by a love that never fails. The journey you are walking is no longer filled with the same confusion that once clouded your thoughts, because something within you has become clearer, more peaceful, and more grounded. You are beginning to understand that not every answer needs to come immediately, and not every path needs to be fully visible, because there is a guidance leading you that knows exactly where you are going. Type 2020 if you trust in God. There is a gentle unfolding of understanding within your heart, a realization that what once felt like delay was actually protection, and what once felt like loss was quietly making space for something better. This understanding does not come with struggle anymore, but with a calm acceptance that allows you to breathe more freely and move forward without resistance. The presence of Jesus Christ continues to remain close, not as a distant figure, but as a constant companion who walks beside you with patience and love. His presence brings a quiet strength that allows you to stand steady even when the path ahead is not fully clear, and his guidance gently leads you without forcing your steps. There were times when your heart felt tired, when the weight of everything you carried made it difficult to keep moving forward. But even in those moments, there was something within you that refused to give up completely. That quiet strength was never your own alone, because it was supported by a love that remained with you through every difficult moment. Type yes to affirm. For years, people have wondered why some individuals seem to attract wealth and opportunity more easily than others. Leaked CIA research may offer an unexpected explanation. A hidden 7-second mental exercise is helping ordinary people develop a stronger prosperity-focused mindset from home. Reports suggest that 4 neuroscience labs evaluated the process and observed unusual results. Users describe paying off debts, making long-desired purchases, and experiencing a greater sense of financial confidence. This information may not remain public for much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now to discover the technique before it disappears. Now there is a soft renewal happening within you, a gentle restoration that touches every part of your being and begins to replace heaviness with lightness, fear with calm, and uncertainty with a quiet confidence. This renewal is not sudden or overwhelming, but steady and lasting, allowing you to adjust and grow at a pace that feels right for your heart.